Hey guys, this is Chris Lawton, EDL 852, Module 10, helping students realize their learning norms. So just a little bit of background. Students are important stakeholders within the school community. However, their voices and concerns often don't carry enough weight when talking about how to make schools a better place. Provided the platform, students have the ability to convey what they believe are their learning norms or their expectations and standards of the school's administration, teachers, and support staff. These learning norms will establish a new rules of engagement that students want and expect from their schools. Schools have high expectations for their students, and students have high expectations for their schools. I think this is something that is often disregarded, but it's very important that we recognize and acknowledge. Before we get into the slides, for each slide I posed important questions that relate to one of the 10 student expectations. I set it up this way to help school leaders better understand the key questions that students have, and hopefully this forces school leaders to answer these questions and make effective and meaningful change in order to address student learning norms. The first one, relationships. Are students just a number, or do their teachers know their interests and talents? Does the staff take the time to form relationships to mentor and coach students? This is really important. It's all about the investment that we make with our students, and that relationship will stick with them for their entire lives. Relevance. Is the schoolwork relevant to the student's interests or just busy work? Does the teacher make real-world connections to the student's community and world? This is something that as school leaders we need to make sure that our teachers are doing day in, day out, and they're making connections from their curriculum and what they're teaching their children to real world application and how this impacts them here and now, but also in the future. Number 3, time. Are students expected to work at a constant pace determined by the teacher, or are students allowed to learn at their own pace? Is there time for learning to be deep as well as broad? I think this is often something we experience as teachers, where we have to continue with the pacing of the curriculum, but also at the same time we realize that there are certain sections and certain areas where students may be more interested and they want to explore that in a deeper way, and we have to make sure we allow that time. Timing, number 4. Do all students have to learn in the same sequence, or can it be determined by the student's interests or learning style? Number 5, play. Is there always pressure to perform? Are there opportunities to make mistakes and explore without being branded as a failure? We all know that making mistakes is a normal thing, and oftentimes it's one of the best ways in which we can learn, so it's very important that we do recognize this. Number 6, practice. Do we learn something then immediately move on to the next skill? Can students engage in deep and sustained practice of those skills they need to learn? Again, this is another important thing that we need to find ways to build into our school and into our curriculums so that students can practice the skills that they're learning and put that into use so that it stays with them for a long period of time. 7, choice. Do students have to follow the same path as all other students? Can students be provided with the opportunity to make real choices about what, when, and how to learn and demonstrate their abilities? So this would really make students the true stakeholders in their education and allowing them to have those choices to decide what they want to learn, when they learn it, and how they apply that. Number 8, authenticity. Is the student's work regarded as significant outside of school by experts, family, and employers? Do people recognize the quality and value of the student's work? Number 9, challenge. Is it just about students completing assignments, or is it important that students feel appropriately challenged? Are students addressing high and meaningful standards of excellence? Number 10, application. Is student learning all theoretical? Do students have opportunities to apply what they are learning in real-world settings? I know a lot of schools now are doing internships. I mean, this is a great way to demonstrate application and allowing students to take everything they've learned and to apply it in a real-world setting. And then conclusion. These 10 expectations are imperative for every learner. Schools shouldn't evaluate themselves just on their test scores. Rather, they should be evaluated on how well they deliver on these student expectations and imperatives. Finally, reference. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.